Peace, 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 family. Sister Victoria X here. And I was supposed to come on yesterday with part 2, y'all, but yesterday was a day. I ain't even gonna hold you. It was a long day yesterday. I was in some pains. And so I just did not. I was not okay with coming on live yesterday to finish out part 2. And it's been a very busy morning. I got some stuff that I need to do before our meeting this morning, but I didn't want to miss our reading. And so here we are. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Kiana. We're going to go until 7:30 today. And however much we can get in is however much we can get in for 7:30. But we are going to go ahead and start at part 2. Uh, we're going to start at part 2. If you have not listened to parts 1, 2, 3, and 5, go ahead and go on over to my Instagram. It's going to be on there. For some reason, chapter 4 is missing. And I don't know why. So I'm gonna have to check on that and see why Instagram deleted my stuff. I know it's on my StreamYard, like the video that I use, the software that I use for my YouTube, but it's just not on my Instagram. So I don't know why that is, but hopefully that'll get taken care of. Um, and then, secondly, if you have not listened to Real Love, which is a book that we completed 2 weeks ago now, go ahead and go to my YouTube, click the link in my bio, click the YouTube icon, and you'll be able to see it there. And if you like and enjoy what I'm doing and you support what I'm doing, go ahead and share this out. Tag a couple people and click the donation link in my bio to donate to my Savior's Day gift. So we're going to go ahead and get started in reading the chapter. Of course, we're going to read the chapter first, and then we're going to get into my commentary at the end because I know and understand that everyone does not care for my commentary. So we're going to go ahead and read part 2 of chapter 6, Recognition of the Mate God Has Approved for You. Inside of the book, The Law of Recognition by Mike Murdock, discovering the gifts, opportunities, and relationship that has already, that God has already placed into your life. 17. Think twice when they embrace an accusation against you before they have heard your side. Loyalties will be identified and exposed eventually. The weakness of a very important relationship was exposed to me. Late one night, my telephone rang. The young lady tore into me like a hurricane. Not once did she ask me if the details of a situation were accurate. She never assumed that those around her might be lying or misinformed. It was absurd. What did I realize? Truth was not her focus. My opinion was unimportant. It was a heartbreaking revelation, but I realized that others could lie about me, and my explanation would never be valued nor believed. 18. Think twice if they have not exited previous relationships peacefully. Many thrive on strife. They will destroy anything they cannot own or control. Peace bores them. Silence nauseates them. Warfare is their fuel. They will speak any words necessary to find the boundary lines and limitations around them. It will be impossible to have an enjoyable marriage with them. 19. Think twice if their parents have contempt for you or your assignment in life. The bloodline is more important than anyone can imagine. It is a spiritual thing, it is a spirit connection. God arranged it himself. So, you may marry a rebel who even despises his parents, but when crisis comes, he will reach back to the bloodline for affirmation. If you marry someone whose parents look condescendingly upon you because of your lack of education, social class, or finances, remember that they will be the third party always speaking into the heart of your mate. 20. Think twice if they refuse to sit consistently under the mentorship of a spiritual leader. Changes will not occur without worthy mentors or uncommon pain. Unwillingness to sit under the mentorship of a proven man of God is a devastating revelation of potential failure. 21. Think twice if pebble problems unleash mountains of anger in them. I will never forget it as long as I live. While sitting with several friends in a beautiful restaurant, the waiter forgot to bring lime for the water glass of the lady I was dating. She was furious. In fact, not only did she look angry at the waiter, but she decided that his incompetence would become the focus of the evening conversation. She could not differentiate between things that were important and things that were trivial. 22. Think twice if they refuse to find a job. It is a sin not to work. I would never allow my daughter to marry a man unwilling to earn his living. Money is a reward for solving problems. If you never have any money, you are probably refusing to solve the problems nearest you or for someone you should. You often hear of a multimillionaire marrying a waitress he met in a small cafe. Why? He observed her work habits. At 3 o'clock, she was there bringing pancakes and eggs to truck drivers with a smile on her face. It was one of the secrets of Solomon. He only hired happy people. It is important to marry someone happy before you enter their life. Paul warned, this we commanded you that if any would not work, neither should he eat. For we hear that there are some which walk among you disorderly, working not at all, but are busybodies. And if any man obey not our word by this epistle, note that man, and have no company with him, that he may be ashamed. Productive women excite productive men. It attracts Bo. It attracted Bo to Ruth. 23. Think twice if their own dreams are not big enough to motivate them. If they can sleep in all day, watch television all night, and refuse to produce anything significant with their life, you better think twice before pouring your life into them. Every person should have a dream big enough to get him out of bed every morning or keep him up at night. 24. Think twice if they are uncomfortable in the presence of God. As I told one of my sisters, you can date a man who is handsome, has developed muscles, and throws you a rose to watch you die. But if he hates the presence of God, there is no hope of greatness ever being birthed within him. The man you see will never be more than what he is today. Every preacher will become his rival. He will become intimidated by your church attendance. He will When you come home late after a Wednesday night service, he will accuse you of meeting somebody, quote unquote, on the side. Unsaved men are often intimidated by believing men because they know in their heart that a man who walks with God has something they lack. 25. Think twice if they feel inferior to you. True, everyone is superior to others in some way, but it is important that those who walk beside you feel confident, qualified, and called of God to be your mate. 26. Think twice if they do not long to understand and pleasure you. Uncommon love longs to pleasure another. Uncommon love seeks every opportunity to communicate itself. What do you enjoy? What books do you love to read? Where do you want to go for vacation? What is your favorite flower? Your mate should long to know. 27. Think twice if continuous strife exists between them and their parents. Honoring our parents was the first commandment with a promise. Those who celebrate the authority over their life ultimately succeed. 28. Think twice if they treat the favor of others with ingratitude. Countless times I have paid for meals at restaurants and never received a single thanks for it. I dated a lady for many months without receiving a thank you for anything I purchased or did for her during that year. Her explanation: I simply wasn't taught to say the word thanks. I will show it in other ways. Absurd. 29. Think twice if they do not have a hunger to know the voice of God. Obedience is the secret of every successful person. The Bible is his voice. If a man or woman disdains the voice of truth and wisdom, they will birth a parade of tragedies and catastrophes. Their decisions will create losses. Their weaknesses will flourish. Unlawful desires will rage like an inferno. Such a marriage is an invitation to spiritual suicide. 30. Think twice if you are not excited about introducing them to those you love. When you are truly in love, that is all you want to talk about. Are you ashamed? Why? Be truthful with yourself. 31. Think twice if they show little respect for the battles you have won throughout your lifetime. Have you mastered prejudice, fears, or poverty? When someone loves you, they admire your achievements. 32. Think twice if conversations with them have become burdensome. I have been with someone who left me frazzled, exhausted, and I did not know why. Right people energize you, wrong people exhaust you. True love will energize. 33. Think twice if they make the major decision of your life without pursuing your feedback. If they make the major decisions of their life without pursuing your feedback. I was stunned one night when a lady I had dated for some time suddenly said, I quit my job last week. I'm going to Bible school tomorrow. She had been considering leaving her career for 9 months and going to a Bible school. She never told me. It was obvious. My feedback was unimportant. 34. Think twice if your time spent with them always ends with personal guilt or disappointment. Withdraw from any relationship if guilt, fear, or a sense of entrapment emerges. Think twice. Think twice if people of excellence do not surround them. If people of excellence do not surround them. Study the kinds of people that your potential mate finds enjoyable. That is a clue to their life and your future with them. 36. Think twice if they are unwilling to follow your personal advice and counsel. A godly wife is the prophetess in the bosom of her husband. A husband should be a well of wisdom for his wife. 37. Think twice if you do not admire and respect the mentor at whose feet they sit. Their mentor is feeding either a strength or a weakness. If you oppose their mentor, a happy marriage is impossible. 38. Think twice if you only enjoy them during your moments of weakness instead of your moments of strength. One woman explained to me, I don't want to be with him. I feel very vulnerable around him, but I am often lonely. So when I get so lonely I can't stand it, I accept his invitation for a date. Some relationships exist because of mutual weakness rather than mutual goals. 39. Think twice if they continuously give you counsel contrary to the word of God. The word of God is truth. It will withstand any test. It destroys wrong desires within you. It unleashes your faith. It produces hope. It purifies your mind. It is the master key to all success on earth. Your reaction to the word of God determines God's reaction to your own children. See Hosea 4 and 6. God will become their enemy if they continue to defy his word. He would be it would be tragic to bond with someone God may ultimately destroy. 40. Think twice if their presence does not motivate you to a higher level of excellence. You already possess weakness. You do not require anyone to feed them. Anyone can pull you down. That is why God gives you a mate to lift you up. 41. Think twice if you cannot trust them with the knowledge of your greatest weakness. Each of us contain weaknesses that embarrass us. We despise them. It may be anger, fear, or lust. Your mate is there to strengthen you, not weaken you. If you believe it is necessary to hide your weakness instead of share it, you may have the wrong mate. 42. Think twice if you cannot trust them with your finances. This narrows down the field considerably, doesn't it? Do not bond your life with someone too immature to handle the importance of financial responsibility. One young man explained to me, I do not want my fiance to know anything about my money or she will spend it. As soon as she discovers I have some extra money, she persuades me to run up my credit cards. 43. Think twice if you cannot trust them with your most painful memories. Every person is running from a painful memory. Multimillionaires often share that their days of poverty have motivated them. Their painful memories have driven them to uncommon achievement. Some explain a father who beat them mercilessly. It left them marked forever. Memories are keys to understanding another. 44. Think twice if you cannot trust them with your greatest fears or secrets. Fear often limits us. It should motivate us to change. It may be the fear of flying or the dark. It may be a fear of dying with disease. Whatever it is, think twice if the love is not strong enough to destroy fear. Perfect love casteth out fear. 1 John 4 and 18. 45. Think twice if you cannot trust them around your closest friends. Flirtation is deadly. The death of many marriages begins with flirtation. It is not harmless, ever. 46. Think twice if you cannot trust them in your absence. Jealousy is a cruel dictator and tyrant. It is often unfounded and produced by a painful memory of disloyalty or betrayal. Yet, I have seen many marriages unravel because of a deep sense of distrust. Note the signals. 47. Think twice if you cannot trust them to pursue God without your constant encouragement. Several years ago, I met an exciting woman. She was one of the most articulate, vibrant, and lovable humans I have ever known. She is still a friend of mine today. I tried hard to push the relationship through to engagement and marriage, but it was this key that opened my understanding. She only attended church because of my persistence, nagging, and begging. She really did not know God at all, nor did she truly desire God. Without the authority of God in her life, any hope of a happy marriage with her was a mere fantasy. Bring your potential mate into God's presence with you. Talk to God together. Truth will emerge in his presence that cannot emerge anywhere else. Interrogation will never produce what his presence will. Invest the seed of time, watch it grow. Time will expose what a thousand investigators could never produce. Define your present relationships honestly and clearly if you persist in an unwholesome relationship. Painful and consequences, painful consequences will teach you. Never lean to your own understanding. Lean to the heart of God. Ask the Holy Spirit what he sees in those near you. He always will reveal truth to the seeker. Recognition of the mate God approves for you will bring years of joy, enthusiasm, and fulfillment. And that is the conclusion of chapter 6, Recognition of the Mate God Has Approved for You, inside of the book, The Law of Recognition by Mike Murdock, discovering the gifts, opportunities, and relationships that God has already placed within your life. And so if you like what you heard so far, if you found value in what I'm saying, go ahead and share this out and tag a couple of your people. And also, if you would like to hear chapters 1, 2, 3, and 5, it's on my Instagram at Sister Victoria X inside of the Read Along series. If you also like to catch up on the reading that we just completed, Real Love by Ava Muhammad, go to my YouTube, Sister Victoria X, or go to sistervictoriax.com, scroll down and click the YouTube icon, and then you'll be able to see it. If you'd like to get updates and notified when I go live, text Healthy Hue, all caps, no space, to 77948. Healthy Hue, all caps, no space, to 77948. So I already let you all know. Walaikum salam, everyone. Walaikum salam, everyone. Salute, goddess. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings to you as well. So the what was I saying, y'all? So I already let you all know that I'm running on a tight little, timetable. And I was not able to come on yesterday because I was just going through some things. Okay, my body did not allow. Let's say that. And so that's why we're doing part 2 today. And the one thing that I truly and deeply appreciate about this book and the author is that he is not afraid to live in his truth, and he has no problem cutting anyone that doesn't deserve to live there with him. Like just all the stories that he tells, and all, the way that he presents information, and how like the story parts and how he applies it to real life, I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate that. And it's an example to how we should be about ourselves and how we should be with our time with people, right? Because sometimes we just give people too much access, and we are afraid to cut people off when they do those things that we know will lead us nowhere if we continue to move with them. Right. So we have to learn the spirit of discernment and be completely okay with cutting people off. Right? We have to learn how to be completely okay with cutting people off, and it doesn't mean that they'll always be cut off. Some people are just cut off for this season, and maybe next season, once they've watched you flourish, they can come back on and help you with your goals. But he just seems so unapologetic about, this one's not for me. This one's not for me. So I thought, I really appreciate that about this particular book. So we have facts, absolute truth, just gave me a whole content piece. Thank you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have had that happen to me before. I'm glad I hopped on. Yes, ma'am. I'm glad you hopped on too, sis. Thank you for your time. You will not you will not be crushed. Some people will use your pain against you to keep. Yes, ma'am. You gotta be very mindful of who you're spending your time with and who you're telling your secrets with, right? Because not everybody is there to hear your secrets and keep them. Some people are there to infiltrate, hear your secrets, and share it with the people that you don't want it to be shared with. And then the other thing too is Sister Naomi was telling us before in the group that you don't share things with people until you're healed from them, right? Certain people, like, you can have different kind of conversations with because you heal from it, so it don't matter who they tell. But other people, they get the benefit. I don't know if it's necessarily a benefit. It's a benefit for you, but they get access to those parts of you that aren't healed yet. So be very mindful and be very careful about what you share with who, because when things are released that you are not prepared to release and you haven't healed with those things, it can be very detrimental to your growth. And that's part of the reason why in the women's circle we do not allow replays, because we get very specific, we get very deep in there, and we would never want anyone's moment of vulnerability to be replayed, reshared, or anything like that. So, yes, ma'am, that's a good point. What is their relationship with God? Yes, ma'am. I was like, dang, I missed it. No, ma'am, you ain't missing all the way. I thought you were on. Yes, Sister V, boundaries. Oh my God, this reading today resonates with me. Walaikum salam, Sister Coletta, part two, but she didn't do it. Oh no, ma'am, I didn't do it. No, ma'am. I would just say, I think a lot I was able to make it to the other side with his mercy. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's only by his mercy that we are permitted. So let's go into the weakness of a very important relationship was exposed to me. So that made me think about, we often know and can recognize the strengths that we have in certain relationships. Like this person right here, I can talk to them about XYZ. This person right here, I can confide in. This person right here is a good time, right? But it's also important to know the weaknesses in the relationships that we have, right? Because that will allow us to properly identify whether or not we want to move forward in certain relationships. Because this person over here might be a good time, child. That might be the good part. But on the other end, they're also messy. They're also condescending. Excuse me. There are also all these other things that we don't want in our lives, but because we're focused on the good time, we allow the negative parts of the relationship to creep in and overlap that when it could have been, kind of dissipated by just recognizing those traits that we don't want to have access to in our lives. The part about a man will feel some kind of way when you start spending your time in a mosque and start to improve your life. Oh yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's a telltale. Oh, you spending too much time over there at that mosque. You spending too much time over there at that church. I need you to come spend some time with me. Right. And we have moments of weakness and we have moments of loneliness. So we can't readily identify it, all the way off the top. But now we can't say that we didn't know. So our red flag should definitely be going up if we find ourselves in situations with people that are discouraging our relationship with the one who created us. Next thing, I think twice if they have not exited previous relationships peacefully, right? Some people done had 5 and 6 relationships and they swear to God that it wasn't them. It was always the other person. Pay attention to that. Pay attention to that, because ain't no way it's every single body else but you. Some people need us to be broken. It makes them think they are strong. Yes, ma'am. Some people need you to be lower so that they can be higher. But y'all both on y'all knees. Right. So it's just a matter of perspective. Some people are only come to kill, steal, and destroy. So we have to be mindful. And that's what I really like about this book, because it just breaks every single thing down. And when you have to stop reading to put one, two, it completes a thought and starts a new one, so you can readily be able to identify the point that they're trying to make. Sister Naomi said that's attachment, not love. Yes, ma'am. They are the common denominator in every broken relationship. That's why self-examination is important. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. And and truth be told, self-examination allows you to be a better examiner of others, right? Because once you start going into yourself and you start asking those difficult questions and you start listening into your response and you start thinking about your response and you start thinking about how that response or that situation has changed and shifted the other parts of your life, now you're better able to ask questions to other people to find the root of whatever is going on, right? And that's why the courtship process is so important. But first, before courting, you got to know yourself. You got to examine yourself so that you can increase your ability to examine. Because if it's so surface and you haven't examined yourself and you just accept everything as it is, when it comes time to courting somebody else, it's going to be easy to fly it under the radar because you haven't built up your muscle of examination. Okay. Um, think twice if pebble problems unleash mountains of anger in them. Run. Have y'all seen that little joke with it's probably not funny to some people, but it always has that little song come on, run. If little things set them off, baby, your life is not gonna be any different. Don't let them fool you into the apologies, because they also apologize until their tongue fall off. Hey, Miss Beautiful 11, thank you for tuning in. That is a sign, okay? When something they just fly off the handle because a fly landed on their food, you got to go. Because one day you're gonna drop your sock in the middle of the floor and then they're gonna fly off the handle at you. So, hey, the hair chemist, thank you for tuning in. So you have to be very mindful. These are things that you know how we like to put we like to put together a list of all the things that we wanted to make. Right. We should have list of all the what is it called? All not the triggers, all of the red flags. If I see this, I know my life will be like this, and then you can decide if that's what you really want. Somebody getting mad. This man said this lady got mad because they didn't bring a slice of lime for the water, and that's all they wanted to talk about all night. They are too consumed in in that, so they gotta go. They have to go, or you are willingly accepting that that's what your life is going to be like. So now you can't say you didn't know, because sometimes things are red flags, but because our eyes have not been open to it, we can't even see it as a red flag. We colorblind, right? And so now you can't say you didn't know. Falling out over small things is an indication of an iceberg. You only see the small part above the yes, you didn't see when they was plotting on you. You didn't see when they was taking your stuff. You didn't see when they was taking your ideas. But that one thing just boiled over and now it seems bigger than it was because they was plotting against you the whole time. Okay, it says here, think twice if they refuse to find a job. It is a sin not to work. Stop taking these men's in and letting them live on your couch. Next thing you know, you are sinking like the Titanic. Stop taking these women's in and letting her just chill on your couch. If the sister ain't gonna work, she gotta be doing something else. Something else, especially if it's just you and her. What is she doing all day that the floor is not vacuumed? What is she doing all day that the dishes are not clean? She don't have no children. She don't have no job. What is she doing all day? She cheating on you, sir. You mean she at the house all day? Let me stop. But something in the water, something in the milk ain't clean. Some sour up in that milk. She at home all day, no children, no work. He at home all day on the PlayStation while you at work. No. If a man does not work, he does not eat. Same for a woman. Okay? There's no reason why you ain't got no job, no children, and you ain't no cleaning and no cooking. Even if you can't cook, girl, spend some time on YouTube. Men don't work, never heard of it. Sister Taylor. She said, I forgot standards, honey. It says money is a reward for solving problems. And that's one thing that we definitely that is pushed inside of the ABS tribe, right? You done called the cheating sister. I'm sorry, sis. Get your butt up. Get your behind up off that couch, okay? To at least try something. Even if you burn the dang toast, at least you know it was an effort, okay? Um, Money is a reward for solving problems, right? So this is something that's pushed a lot inside of the ABS tribe, right? The most successful businesses solve a problem, right? They fulfill a need. So if you find that you are in a lack, if you are in the area of lack of finances, you ain't solving enough problems. And some of us are solving problems for the free. Sister Naomi. We spend so much time with people, right? We spend so much time with people. We give them so much energy, especially those that are creatives, those whose work require energy. We give it so willingly and so freely. So sometimes it's not that we lack the ability to solve problems. We lack the ability to solve our own problem because we just giving it for free, right? There was a point in time where I was literally doing consultations for free, right? Literally changing people's perspectives, literally changing paradigms, right? And I recently started doing accountability coaching, right? I'm telling you now on the other side, and I love the sister, and her price ain't gonna change, but the price has gone up. I'm helping to build, I'm facilitating because I don't want to take away from what she has done because she doing the work. I'm just dropping a little seed, you feel me? A little mustard seed, right? But I'm literally helping people build courses. I've helped people build courses before. I've helped people write books before. The price has got to go up. So that's me too. But I don't do that no more. Uh-uh. My time is too valuable. But sometimes it's not that we lack the money. It's because we solving problems for free. People going off with our energy and our time, changing their lives, making however much money more than they would have made if you had not entered their lives. And then we sitting here wondering, "Ah, put a price on that thing. And if they don't value it, then they ain't gonna pay. But if people are paying what, baby, how much is the PS5? If people are paying like $500 for a PS5, ma'am, your $100 consultation, no, because they are willing to pay for what they value. Walaikum salam, Sister DJ Bags. Thank you. I'm still thinking about those brownies, sis. If y'all need some organic, you feel me, some organic treats, go to Sister DJ Banks because they the business. She sent me that moist cake. Oh my gosh. You right, problem solving. Yes, ma'am. Productive women excite productive men. And Imma leave that there because I got, like, 3 more minutes before we finna get up out of here. Um, think twice if they do not long to understand and pleasure you. $100 for a pair of sneakers, ain't that a whole lot? I'm learning my energy is your energy is not free. What you do, Sister Naomi, is a service, you feel me? Like, it's life changing, so let them change your pockets, change your coin book, okay? Assalamu alaikum, Sister Octavia, my best friend here, my best friend here. Assalamu I'm finna say assalamu alaikum. Lord have mercy. Dang it, I came in mad late. It's okay, sis, because the replay gonna be up on my page. You feel me? Think twice if you do not have a hunger to know the voice of God. Where did he did a breakdown, right? Okay. Think twice if conversations with them has become burdensome. Okay. Tap in agreement. Tap tap. Y'all hear that? Tap tap. Oh wait. Tap tap. Your energy is not free, Sister Naomi. Change them pockets. You changing lives. They need to change your pockets in exchange. Okay. And I know, sister, you ain't doing it for the money, right? But the money has to be in change. Currency, right? You changing their frequency, let them change your financial frequency. Okay, I'm gonna stop y'all. Okay. Think twice if the conversation with them has become burdensome. And this is where I'm gonna end. Stop giving people access to disrupt your life and disrupt your path and disrupt your journey. If you get off the conversation, off the phone with somebody and you are not excited and you are not energized and you are not on cloud 10, and you and your creative juices are not flowing, get they can't have access to you, especially not on a regular basis. Especially not on a regular basis. And let me tell you this. So I forgot what store, what was I watching? But they were saying that when you have a difficulty, Sister Naomi at the women's circle, wink, wink, wink. If you're not in the ABS tribe, go ahead, click the link in my bio so you can become a part of the ABS tribe. We got the women's circles on Saturdays. Moving on. So she was saying that you can still have an effective relationship with your like a communicative relationship with those family members that may feel a way about you. You just call them. If they try to change your tone to the low, you let them know you gotta go. "Oh, I didn't call that. I just really called to tell you that I love you, and I was thinking about you, but I have to end this call now, or I gotta go. I got something that I need to do, but I love you. Bye." Teach on the access. Oh, the assist. Yes, ma'am. I said this the other day. I don't want that connection. Draining people will deplete. They will deplete you, honey. They just vultures. They little ticks, and they feed off of that, and they thrive off of that. So they got energy because they got what they wanted. But you just became a dumping ground, and now you got to go to sleep. And now all the stuff that you had on your to-do list can't get done because your energy was shifted, and you got to find somebody to recharge you. A lot, of course, or you have to find something to be recharged. These type of they're energy vampires. They will suck the life out of you. And we let them sometimes. We let them. Let's have some self accountability. They can only do what we allow. Let me make sure I'm not muting myself, Lord. Okay, yeah, they can only do to us what we allow. Okay, so let's take some self accountability. When they call your phone, send a text. Oh, I can't talk right now. If they get on your phone with the drama, oh, I gotta get off. I got something productive to do. That clean glass next to that dirty glass, that hurt more than the actual words of it all. But it says, right people energize you, wrong people exhaust you. True love will energize you. Okay. So that's how we're gonna end out this chapter. I appreciate y'all for rocking with your girl. We are gonna come back tomorrow to read chapter 7, recognition of a moment of uncommon faith. If you would like to get notified when I go live, text healthy hue all caps no space to 77948. Healthy hue all caps no space to 77948. If you have not listened to chapters 1, 2, 3, and 5, go ahead and go over to my Instagram at Sister Victoria X and click the read along series, and you'll be able to listen to all of the read alongs that I've done thus far. Tag your people, tag your friends, tag your mama, tag your daddy, and share this out to someone that you think could benefit from exactly what we're talking about today. So I appreciate your time. I'm grateful for all that you've added to the conversation, and I will see you all on tomorrow. Peace.